name is Barbara Male. I'm a practice director at 4 Communications.
I'm Halima Islam. I'm an account manager at 4 Communications.
So the campaign was called Let the Cars Speak, and we were tasked by Infiniti to launch the QX80, which was their biggest model of the year. And it was a tough market. The car sales were down for the third year running, and the launch had to coincide with the Dubai International Motor Show, which is the biggest event for the industry of the year. At the motor show, there were about 500 participants. Everyone was launching something, everyone was talking about something, pushing their product. So a very challenging environment to do this in. So what we decided to do was exactly the opposite. So we decided not to shout about it, not to involve celebrities, not to bring influencers, not to really make a big deal of it, but we just wanted the cars to speak for themselves. So when people arrived at the motor show, they came to Infiniti stands, they were offered these headsets where as they put on the headsets, they could hear the cars, which were in fact Infiniti drivers, speaking to them about the features, about the different things they enjoyed about the car, what they liked about driving, etc., creating a really emotional exchange and experience. So therefore, without any promoters, we allowed the cars to just speak for themselves. Where this worked really fantastically was in promoting the initiative, because people around the stand started looking at all these guys wearing their headsets going, what's going on there, and creating real buzz and real interest in the product at the same time. The activation, before the activation, we ran a media campaign where we secured a number of front covers in some of the most influential publications in the industry. And also, obviously, following the launch, we had a media drive and really had a chance to test the product with the industry influencers. But a highly successful campaign, generated real buzz, exceeded all expectations in terms of sales and lead generation, and very importantly actually had a direct link to sales, because what we were able to do was of course gather the information from people who participated in the initiative, and then we were able to target them later with showroom offers.
I think it's getting to the point that we're still offering this car as a test drive amongst other media now. So we've gotten into the lifestyle media quite a lot, especially during this campaign and throughout the whole year. So the car has done really, really well.
The key objectives were to really launch this car into the market and launch it at a challenging time and make it succeed and make it sell. So there were a number of measures that we used. So of course, first and foremost, it was the sales and the lead generation. Infiniti became the highest selling SUV of the year for the brand. The sales exceeded significantly in terms of percentage, and the lead generation, of course. Then we looked at media engagement and coverage, of course, securing the front covers and being able to have that exposure in the regional media. And then, of course, awareness and reach. So post-launch and making it last and maintaining the momentum. So everything from organising the media drive to really engaging with influencers and keeping that momentum going throughout the post-launch period.
I think the fact that it was a global launch over here, so this car got launched globally throughout the whole world, obviously, in this region at a time where it is economically challenged as well, this region. So the fact that it got launched here and the media reception was absolutely brilliant. And of course, like Baiba mentioned, how the sales have already gone up and how it's still being rolled out, this product.
What we could do was do something different and do something to really get the attention of our audience, and that's exactly what the campaign did. The key highlights were definitely just seeing the response to the activation at Dubai Motor Show. It was really seeing how much of an impact it had and how much people engaged with the activities. And of course, at the end of the day, for us, the results were fantastic. So that was, I would say, the main highlight.
I think just the media feedback that we got in general as well, especially when we took them on the media drive afterwards, and they talked very highly of Infiniti offering a full experience. And I think the way they offered the experience was making this car a I mean, the experience was based on how the car actually is. So we took them to Ras Al Khaimah, and you know, it was an off-roading car. So we're still getting really, really good feedback today as well across all different target publications.
The campaign was successful for a number of reasons. One was, as always, Infinity's campaigns, they're all integrated. And it was again the case of us working closely with the client, working closely with the creative agency to make this happen. So it was a real joint effort, and it didn't happen in silos. The second point is, of course, the original thinking and doing something different and really, you know, surprising people and the audience with the approach and doing it again in true Infinity way. Infinity is a challenger brand, so it's always about challenging perceptions. And thirdly, I'd say it's very much about, you know, engaging with the right people at the right time. So having that media campaign beforehand, continuing the engagement after the launch and really making it last and make an impact.
And mostly because we had a really big global launch here, the car then got launched in different regions where it operates. So even those campaigns were then successful because we'd already made the noise in the media across all the regions.